Royer Neuroscience offers personalized remote brain training designed to improve your cognitive health. Anywhere, anytime, you can boost focus, enhance mental performance, and thrive emotionally and physically. Visit RoyerNeuroscience.com and reclaim your brain today.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now, because your business matters.
Yeah. You are listening to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina. We're coming to you from Berners Cigar Studios. Berners is the home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Great people, premium cigars. Life is good at Berners. Go on by there. Tell them Joe sent you, and your first cigar is on me. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do here at News Talk WSIC. 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. I am Joe Vagnone, and you are listening to the legendary Local Biz Now, where your business matters. And I want to introduce our first guest and co-host. She is replacing the old mean man who I think Brian's having surgery, so he's under the weather. He won't hear that. You understand that? She is replacing Brian Kennedy for this week. And Jackie Benjamin. Jackie is the founder of owner of WeAssist Marketing. Jackie, thank you so much for being here.
I love the claps. I'm coming for the claps. No, thanks for having me. I was so glad to be able to fill in. Love Brian, but I'm glad to have the chance to be here today.
So that was what I was going to ask you. You and Brian are friends. You guys know each other?
We are. Yeah, we've known each other for years. Really met through networking, and just kept in touch and touched base, introduced each other to some other people, and just catch up with each other every now and then. And it's or shoot each other an email or something. But he's a great guy.
I don't remember how we met. It might be Brian that introduced us.
I think it was Julie.
Was it?
Julie?
Okay.
Yeah, she pulled me into the ecosystem.
Okay,
and that's
so. Since I've heard your name, I have been told, without a doubt, you are the #1 finest woman for social media when it comes to a service-related business. Are you comfortable holding that title? Because I keep hearing it over and over again. And 6 months ago, we didn't even know each other.
I know. 100% comfortable with that title. You better believe it. That's what I'm doing out here,
So let's talk about that just a little. What is WeAssist Marketing?
Yeah, so WeAssist Marketing is really, we are focused on the trades, as you mentioned. So we're really trying to get the trades to more business and to help them grow their business through outbound social media marketing. So we really focus on that for them. We take over their social media accounts, and we not only do the posting and the scheduling, the traditional social media that you think of, but we're also going a next step further, and we're reaching out to other local businesses that might be collaboration partners with them, or might be organizations that they're a part of, for example, a local chamber of commerce. This does two things. For the collaboration partners, now it's building that relationship online. So for our HVAC folks, for example, it might be home inspectors or realtors or plumbers. If they have a job, now they're starting to see this other business and build this relationship online that hopefully they can pull them into this job. And then the secondary part of it is their audience is now seeing our clients out there and commenting on their content. So it's dual purpose, but it helps with building those relationships. And just that's what, if you look at all the trends for 2026 in social media, that's what it's all about, is community, not content.
See, that's an interesting change. And that's you stepped into my next question.
Great.
Which I know a little bit about your business, right? I help people buy and sell small businesses. So obviously the service-related businesses. And one thing I know is you have to really be good at what you're doing in your area, because they're looking for one thing: leads.
Right.
And they count them, they measure them, they know whether you're doing a good job or not. So when somebody says she's good at what she does, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're saying that because they've measured exactly what it is you're doing and the amount of leads that it generates, and they can break it down to how much sales it's actually generating for them. You can't do that with a lot of marketing.
Oh, and the hard thing about it is that you typically, it's harder to do that for organic social media, which is what we do. We also do ads, way easier to measure that stuff, right?
Right.
So what we are thinking about is your return on conversation as opposed to your return on investment, because it's the conversations that are going to. So that's why it's a little bit easier to measure it that way, because you have direct now communication with people online, the social part of social media figure.
Right. So I went to the Terminator. You know, I am a 13-year amateur on this radio show.
Right,
You understand that, right?
I can tell.
and I asked the Terminator to give me 10 questions that I could ask you.
Yes.
Now, we don't have time for all 10 of them, but it was funny because as I started reading them, I started realizing your clients think just like me. They don't want to do this.
No.
They're forced. And this is not like buying an ad in the radio or buying an ad on the television or,
Right.
or buying a newspaper ad, which all of us old school are used to, right?
Right,
You know?
right.
And we kind of think we can figure that out. This is something we don't understand. And we don't really like it because we don't want to be social, right? We didn't get up in the morning to be social. We get up
Right.
in the morning to fix something, right? To do
Right.
something. So that's got to be hard that you're actually talking to clients that really aren't interested in your field. They know they need it,
Right.
but can you talk me through that sort of relationship? It's got to be
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah, it is unique. And that is exactly what we find is that most of our clients, when they come to us, they're coming to us because they know they need social media. They may or may not have somebody doing it already, but they come to us because they need to do it better. And they know they need to do it better because they need out there to kind of prove their quote real in the marketplace, especially as the younger millennials, the Gen Zs now are buying homes. So as they get older and buying homes, then they need to be out on all the platforms. So, it's an interesting conversation because by the time they're coming to us, they know they need this and they're like desperate. So what I try to help them do is understand.
You use the word desperate.
Desperate.
That's interesting.
Desperate.
Okay.
Yeah. Help them understand like we're going to make them as hands-off as possible. So give it over to us, bring it to us, and we'll do all of this on your behalf. They'll always have approval if they want it. They'll always have the final say.
Right.
But just
And they
trying to
don't
help
care.
them.
I know.
They don't
Say,
want
just
it.
do it. Jackie, I trust you. Just do
They
it.
don't want it. No, they don't. They don't. So it's yeah. So it is a tension, that we walk, but it's hey, that's why we're here.
Right.
You know?
And they really do, although they don't want to deal with it, they have to trust you because they
They
do know their brand is in your hands and your people's hands.
Right. Yeah, 100%. They have to trust us and they have to trust our process
Right.
because our process is different because of the outbound piece of it. And that's a lot.
30
Content is
seconds.
important, but
Right.
that to us is more important.
Okay. We're going to take a break and we come back. You're going to have a choice. I can keep asking Terminator questions or
Yeah.
we're going to dig into your article from that you pulled up on the Google.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
We are talking to Jackie Benjamin. She's a founder and owner of WeAssist Marketing. This is Local Biz Now, where your business matters. We'll be right back. So, I really like you answering those questions.
Let's keep doing Terminator questions.
Okay.
Yeah, let's keep doing that because that fits in with
I like you
these are
doing it.
great, but this fits in with
Okay.
yeah, and especially with Wendy,
Okay.
who's going to talk about branding.
Okay.
Like it fits so well with
Okay,
what she's
okay.
going to be talking about.
And if we want to,
and
we'll
we can
bring that
tie
into
it
the
in.
conversation.
Yeah, I feel like we
Okay.
can really tie it in easily, right?
Okay. Because
So,
I know
yeah,
there's
she's nodding,
I know
so,
there's
yeah.
clients like you out there. I mean, the
Yeah.
clients that would like you. They're listening right now, and they
Yeah.
want. I know they want to hear more.
Right. Yeah.
How does she? What does she? And
Right.
since the Terminators give me a whole big list of questions,
Let's do it.
answer 'em.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's do
you
it.
got
Yeah, let's do it. That'd be great. Yes. Perfect. I could talk about this forever. So
All right.
How long is this break?
So Julia's got your WeAssist business website on the book.
Oh, great.
That's
Okay.
what I called
Awesome.
Facebook, the
Yeah.
book.
Yep. In the tube. Yeah.
So she has that
Yeah.
on
Okay.
there.
Great. That's great. Yeah. I saw
Okay.
that I reposted the content she put out today about the show.
Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah.
Because you reposted the
Yes.
content, which we appreciate. Michael and Katie Catlow
Oh, yeah.
told me to tell you hi.
Oh my gosh. You know
Michael
them?
is my brother-in-law.
No,
Yes.
really?
I
What's
call him
funny?
Mickey.
Oh my
right?
gosh, I know them through this networking group where I got this article.
really?
That's how I met them.
Yeah.
Get out of here. He's your
Yeah,
brother-in-law?
So Mickey, he was named after
Oh
Mickey
my
Mantle.
gosh.
Um,
Really?
So Mickey is the one person I don't think I leave the house except maybe go to Gastonia, right? Or if I have to go see a client and that's it.
Right.
Of course, Mickey travels literally all over the
Oh,
world.
yeah. Right. Right.
He doesn't have a home.
Right. Right.
So I love telling and hearing Mickey's stories
Right.
all over the world because I
No.
have no intention of going.
Right. I know. I love it.
live
I
through
wish
him.
I went to some of the places they were like, I'd love to travel. I wish I went to some of the places, not necessarily all of them, but they just had a post and it said, don't worry about spending money on buying winter clothes. Just go to a sunny place and wear your summer clothes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, well, I have not in the last 11 years seen him wear anything flip-flops.
No, I know.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I love them so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
All right, they're going to tell us when we come back.
You ready? Okay. Wendy, we got 9 more minutes and then you're up.
Okay, sounds good.
Goes fast.
Jackie, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right.
That's a lifetime superstar.
Local starts here.
Yeah. You are listening to the #1 live talk business radio show in North Carolina. I am Joe Vagnone. This is Local Biz Now, where we hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you. And today, you absolutely want to get yourself a pencil and a piece of paper because we're going to be giving you all manner of information that has to do with the marketing and social media. Second half of the show is going to be mind-blowing. When we put Jackie and Wendy together, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up. That's
We'll
for
slow
sure.
down a little bit for you.
That's right. You have to slow down for me. That's right. This is Local Biz Now, where your business matters. And I am here with Jackie Benjamin. She is the founder owner of WeAssist Marketing, and she has elected officially, I'm going to start continuing, I should say, ask questions from the Terminator. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I feel like I'm on a game show.
Okay.
All right.
So I asked the Terminator to give me top 10 questions for you for live radio, and these are the ones they came
Yeah,
up with.
hit me.
So one of the questions that they asked was, walk us through your 3-step process that develop and plan and stand out from the competition.
Yeah. So our 3-step process is really referring to the engagement piece of it. So like I mentioned, we do content creation and, like everybody else does.
And you educated me already, first part of the show. That's not the #1 thing anymore. Content.
Right. You need it.
Right.
You need it. But community is really where the trends are leading.
Okay.
So community, because more people are relying on social media for all manner of things.
And not only do I believe you're right, I'm feeling that.
yes.
I think I told you I had a social media person
Yes.
who was doing an exceptional job
Right.
of content,
Right.
but I didn't feel like it was catching
Right.
because the other pieces have to go with it.
Other pieces have to go with it.
Okay.
And now, especially with AI, and whether you use AI to generate your content or you don't, everybody's using AI in some manner. So a lot of content is getting, I don't say lost, but it's, we're getting some fatigue around some things.
Okay.
So that's why community and connection is so important. So when we are out there doing that, so, one of the first things we do is start to curate the feed so we can do our 3-step process. And the 3-step process is really when we're commenting on other content, doing that interaction. So one of the first things we want to do is, we call it ATQ. So acknowledge the content. So, hey, for example, I'm a HVAC business, and am connected to a home designer, or home remodeler, just done some remodels. Hey, love the bathroom, love the new bathroom in the house, love the post, it looks great. And then it could be, did you know when you put in a new bathroom or a new room in the house, you make sure that you need to size the HVAC units properly? And then you can ask the question, like, how many people do you think about that when they're doing a renovation?
Right.
So something like that, where it's
And then
more
the
just
designer
great.
appreciates that you said something,
Right.
and they may very well make a recommendation in the future.
Yes, and it helps their algorithms. It helps your algorithms, and then if
And the
they
owner,
comment
I
back,
guarantee the owner of the property is watching that as well,
yes,
and they may very well need
yeah,
HVAC work.
yep, and then it leads them to an answer, and they can answer you, and it'll continue that conversation, which again helps with the algorithm. So it's not difficult. It's just something to think about, as opposed to saying looks good.
So, just so you know, those of you on the live radio, she made a face when she said, "Looks good." Like, that's
Looks
not
good.
enough. I got you.
It's not enough. It's better than not saying
Well,
anything.
And you looked at me like you knew that's what I would do, right? So
I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but
you looked at some of my posts. Okay. So the Terminator is asking this question. Missing direct messages from potential customers is a scary thought. How often do you see real business slipping through cracks in the DM and comments section?
yes, that is huge, and that's one of the things we
I'm
do.
almost positive that's happening to me.
And so especially our HVAC clients, for example, people are reaching out all the time. Do you serve this area? Do you serve this area? Can you replace my
And the
whatever?
owner is under the house at the time fixing.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
He's not watching that.
No, exactly. And they're not
Right.
watching it. And that can either be in a comment or a DM. And then the worst part about it is you're not just not answering that person. Everyone else is seeing you not answer that person.
Oh.
So
Got
that's tough right there. So it's important to answer those questions and reply to those comments. And truly, there's studies on the faster you do it, if you answer them within 24 hours, your engagement goes up. So you're going to get more people seeing it, more eyeballs on it. So there's even some tricks like that to it, which is
And you guys would do that.
we do that.
Response.
Yeah, we do that.
Because
if
I'm
you're
telling you
a-
right now, the plumber, the HVAC guy,
No.
he's under the house working.
Right, exactly. And if he's not the guy in the field, he's the guy running the guys in the field.
Right.
And he's running around
Answering
crazier than they are.
questions and-
Right.
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 Sourcing, piping, and
Yeah,
right.
exactly,
I got
exactly,
you.
yeah.
Okay. You emphasize not posting generic content. How do you specialize, get to know the contractor's brand enough to tell the real story instead of just tossing up a stock photo or a stock piece of content? But I'm going to kind of answer that by saying that's why you like specializing in this field, because your people really know it.
Yes.
It-
That is
Am
why
I
we
close to that?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we like specializing in the field. But then we meet with our clients every month so that when we're talking about strategy for social media strategy for the
Right.
following month. So, what kind of specials do you have coming up? What kind of promotions are going to be running? The seasonal, a lot of those businesses are seasonal. So we're talking about, and again, we know the HVAC business, we know the plumbing business, we know the seasonality depending on
Right.
the area of the country
That's
that
really
they're in.
important when
Yeah.
you're doing this.
Yeah, because a lot of the posts that would do really well for our clients are, of course, and like meet the team behind the scenes, anything with people's faces or their pets, especially if they're dressed up.
They're
But
pets.
then-
That's funny. I
The
believe
office
that, but
pets
that's
dressed up,
funny.
yeah.
Okay.
Or education. That's the second most engaged with post for our clients.
Really?
Is education. Yeah, educating people on, we've got a plumbing and sewer company that people are talking about. We're talking about French drains a lot. And, explaining what a French drain is and how it works was
Right.
one of the most popular posts from last month.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
That's interesting. Okay. Next question.
yes.
Can you? No. I'm going to the next one. I'm skipping that one.
Okay.
What are the one or two metrics you look for? Because we all know we got to measure stuff, right?
Sure.
What are some of the things you actually measure? Because I know a client, they're just looking for leads.
Right.
Did they get a phone call or an email, right? But
right.
what are you looking for to see if your people are actually making this work?
Yeah, so that's a great question because it's
I'd
not.
love to take credit for that, but it was
Yeah.
a Terminator.
It's a a great question from the Terminator. It's not, it's not a one-to-one correlation because, like I said, it's an organic. It's not paid. So paid, you can say, okay, here it is, hit the website. For the organic piece, what we're looking at is the conversation. So we're looking at engagement. We're looking at are people talking in our comments? Are people commenting back to us? Are people asking us questions? So the DMs, we're looking at, what kinds of questions, what kind of posts are generating the questions around, do you service this area? Can you replace my HVAC? What is your, lead time?
Right.
And then being able to send them, there's a little bit we can measure depending on, how we put links together and stuff like that. But we do want to look at them. We obviously want to look if they're going to their website. That's really where we're sending them for that information.
Right.
But for the most part, we're looking at that engagement piece. So are the posts getting engagement, and what does that look like?
So next question. If a home service owner is listening, when should they contact you? If they're Joe in a truck, right away, or do they need to be a certain size? When is it that this person listening right now? There's probably 10 plumbers right now and 15 HVAC guys out there, right?
Right.
And some other services thinking, man, I really need her, right? But they don't know whether their business fits within sort of a good structure. Can you walk me through that?
Yes. So, I like to say kind of, off the cuff that anybody, if you've got a marketing budget, but not a marketing team. So in other words, like it's probably not dad and son out there doing the work. So our clients are moved beyond that.
You just cut me to the quick with that statement.
Yeah.
Dad, son. Those days are gone. Okay.
Sorry,
you
guys.
cut me to the quick.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, dads and sons. We love you, but you're probably not there. You're not
Pop and
there.
son.
Right.
Heating and air conditioning is gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not quite there
Yeah,
yet.
you
So
cut me to the quick.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we're looking for. They probably have wrapped trucks. They got crews on the road. Owner is operator, not somebody who is in the business out in the field doing things all day. Is not a tech, but they are actually running the business. So that kind of size. Now, when you become a multi-million, 10, 15 plus
Right.
$1 million, they got marketing teams, they got
That's
big
right.
departments.
That's right.
So that's not our place either, but it's really kind of the smaller to medium sized that don't really have a marketing team, or they might have somebody who's doing marketing, but they're doing all of marketing, including the strategy and figuring out all the other stuff. We can come right alongside them and take that execution piece of social media. So they work on the strategy, we do the execution.
Got it. And you probably can help with it, make some recommendations just because you know enough.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, this is a Joe question. It's not a Terminator
Okay.
question. Do you fear that you're going to start running up against competing with current clients? Does that happen? Where there's two HVACs that you're working with at the same time or something like that?
That's a great question. So we actually tried to be.
That was my question.
It's a great question.
I get the check on that
That
one.
is actually one of the better questions. And people do ask that question of us
Right.
because, obviously there's a lot of competition,
Sure.
right? And so we don't want to be competing against our own clients. So we try to be more location specific. So even in the Charlotte area, if we might have someone in Rock Hill or Lake Norman. So
Right.
that can be, they're targeting different markets.
Right.
So,
Right.
and also we're being very specific about that content for that brand.
Right. Okay. Let's take a break. When we come back,
Okay.
we'll introduce our guest.
Yes, I can't wait.
You are listening to the master of social media, Jackie Benjamin. She is the owner of WeAssist Marketing. If it is Monday afternoon, your business matters. We'll be right back.
Questions.
Okay.
Didn't even need my readers.
Say what?
Didn't even need my new readers for that.
No, you were doing great answering those questions. I didn't want to stop the
No, it was
roll.
fun. It was,
you know?
it was great. No, it was good. Yeah, it kind of, like I said, and this kind of fits in with Wendy and
Yeah.
her brand discussion.
Yep. Oh, I got 10 questions for Wendy from the Terminator too.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Wendy, all right.
will be fun.
Well, I'll tell you, I did it last week the first time, asked the Terminator to give me 10,
Right.
because it was two people that I had interviewed probably, I'm sorry, not last week, it was the last show of the year. And we always have my favorite guests and co-hosts on, right?
Oh, fun, yeah.
And so I've known those two guys for 18 years.
Oh, wow.
So I doubt there was any question
Right.
that I haven't already asked them one way or another. So I asked the Terminator to give me 10 questions for each.
Oh, that was great.
And they were great questions, and the guys liked answering them. And they also admitted at the end of the show, hey, man, I'm sorry, but those questions are better than you've been doing last year. So chalk one up for Terminator again.
Right,
You know?
that's right. Right.
Well, and I can focus it. Like I can send the website. Like with Wendy, I sent her website.
Right.
Give me 10 questions.
Right.
So you can focus it on what direction you want. And so
And the thing is, like, you don't have time to go through all the information on somebody like Wendy's or mine or anybody's website, all
Right.
the information they have out there, the blogs they have out there, right? That does it for you. Like that 3-step process from
you
one
knew
of my
darn
blogs.
well I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, but it just sounded these were really good. I was like, oh, he's asking me about the 3-step process. Wow, that's impressive.
I should have said that was my question.
I'm really impressed with that. But those are the kinds of that's the benefit, right? That
I agree. And the minute
get
I
more
read that
information.
question, I'm like, gosh,
Right.
that's great, because I didn't know there was 3 processes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we come back, Jackie. You are officially co-host, so please feel free to ask Wendy any questions that you want to ask her.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Yep.
Wendy, if we ask you a question you don't like, I am not Wolf Blitzer. You do not have to answer it. You could just say, great question, but what I really like to talk about is, and then just take the conversation any way you want. I'm not going to give you a follow-up demand that you answer the question.
No zingers.
That's right. So take the conversation any way you want. Okay, we got exactly 45 seconds before we go live. I sure would like to find Superstar making a mistake.
Sounds like he doesn't make mistakes.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, he doesn't make mistakes.
Here's the problem. I don't even know what to do with those buttons in there, so I probably wouldn't even know if he's making mistakes.
I was gonna say, would you know?
Exactly.
I mean, unless your mic is dead, like what else? Like
What
for
else?
me, I'd be like, oh,
Nothing.
I don't know. Looks like he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
He's a superstar.
Yeah, that's who you want on your team.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. You are listening to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina. I am Joe Vagnone. This is Local Biz Now, where your business matters. For those of you out there that question when I say this is the #1 business radio show in North Carolina, let me prove it to you. We've been doing the show strong for over 12 years. We're going for 13 years now straight. We have over 978 interviews that we have had. I'm pushing close to 1,000 interviews of small business owners and community leaders. We have well over 800 and something. I actually stopped counting 800 videos on my YouTube channel. You know, obviously, we've had that channel way before I knew I had a channel. You understand?
Sure. Hey, I still think we need to ask for more subscribers. I want to get you to that 200.
That's right.
We got to get to that 200.
Thank you for reminding me. Please subscribe to Joe Vagnone Business Broker on YouTube, Joe Vagnone Business Broker on YouTube. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers. Don't laugh, but only 5% of the entire world has over 200 subscribers. I think I'm at like 179 right now.
You're at 181.
I'm at 181.
I just saw it earlier.
Okay.
Yes, you're way far ahead of where you think you are.
There we go. So anyway, so please subscribe to Joe Vagnone Business Broker so I can get to my. We're gonna have a party when I get to
Yes.
200.
You're almost there.
On the way.
It's gonna
On the
happen.
way. Anyways, and you know what? And especially that I have two skilled experts with social media. You guys might be able to tap me over the top in no time with that. So the person that is here right now chit-chatting with me is Jackie Benjamin. She's the founder and owner of WeAssist Marketing. We are live on the book, live on the tube, live on the chain. Those of you that don't know Joe Talk, that is Facebook, YouTube, X, and LinkedIn, and any of the other places you find your podcast. I don't have a clue, but I guarantee you, if you want to find this show, you'll be able to find it. And we are live. Julie is monitoring the WSIC Facebook account live, so you can communicate and chit-chat with us if you want to. We'd be more than happy. And Jackie, just so you know, Julie informed me we just picked up another subscriber. We're now at 182.
Yay. It worked. It worked. All right, let's keep it coming.
Begging and pleading always works.
It
I know
works.
who that subscriber is, Joe.
There. And our guest is Wendy Coulter. Wendy is the CEO of Hummingbird Creative Group and Fractional Chief Marketing Officer. Wendy, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe. It's great to be here today.
And so, Wendy, you have heard the conversation I've had with Jackie, so you're going to fit right in with this conversation that we're having.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you're going to be talking over my head very quickly, so I'm happy that I have Jackie here to hold this together. Can you tell us what Hummingbird Creative Group is all about?
Absolutely. So, Hummingbird Creative Group is a branding agency in Cary, North Carolina. We focus on the 5 areas of brand. So, that starts with brand strategy, brand identity, brand awareness, brand loyalty, and branded environments. And so, we touch everything that has to do with brand. People ask if we are a marketing company. We are a marketing company with a brand focus. And that means we are paying attention to things like core values and community, which was mentioned earlier, and how your brand is really differentiating in your marketplace.
And one of the other things I noticed here, we talk about Fractional Chief Marketing Officer. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because now that sounds like you're rolling up your sleeves and getting involved more than. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So I am a fractional chief marketing officer for a couple of startup software companies. And in that role, I'm actually helping figure out how those products are going to go to market and helping to make sure that there is a brand focus. So we still bring that in. But yes, because these are companies that are getting their funding, and we need to really differentiate in that space. I'm getting my sleeves rolled up quite often and meeting with the CEOs and really delving into good strategy to make sure that we're going to have a viable product that can attract investors and be successful in the marketplace.
Wendy, how did we connect? Do you know? I don't remember or don't know. How did we connect?
I could not even trace it back today. So I'm with you. I went down the same rabbit hole, Joe, and I have no idea. I know
I
that
always give credit to Julie if I don't know. So I will give
think
credit
it's
to Julie, but I
probably
don't know.
yeah, I think it's probably a Julie outreach. That would be the best guess I've got too.
So walk me through a good client profile. What would that look like? If there's somebody listening, what is it that you think kind of fits well for them and you?
Yeah. Well, I think it's really important for our clients to have similar core values to what my company holds, because that is part of our brand. And so at the end of the day, being being committed to discovering new ideas, being open to change, wanting to have a team on your side that does have a lot of experience. So we're a 30-year-old agency, um, but also being willing to look at new ideas and take some chances and some risks is really, important as well. I think from ideal client profile, we work with businesses that either need to create a culture or express a culture in the marketplace and build a strong brand. We're looking at companies that potentially are looking to buy other businesses, merge with other businesses, or sell their business, and want to make sure that they're going to demand the highest EBITDA multiplier at the time of sale. A lot of our businesses are probably in the $10 to $50 million in annual sales, but we work with startups, as I talked about. We try to come to our clients where they are. So if they need a branded website, we can do a web design project with them. But what's going to make us different in that is we are going to focus on brand, which is not just building a website in an industry that's just like
So,
everything
so
else.
Wendy, as I hear you talk, let me and I like cringed at the new modern day business owner that is being taught to say no. But I suspect you say no a lot to clients, don't you? Like if it doesn't fit what you think is a good um, position for your company, you will send them someplace else. So I totally am making that up when I say that. But how close am I when I make that statement?
We say no from time to time. I think we do a pretty good job identifying upfront, whether it's a good fit or not. And I think that's something we actually help our clients with as well, is that positioning piece to make sure that they get more yeses
But
at the table.
that is
Yeah,
my point. I can tell you're helping them. You can imagine I meet a lot of marketing people. The modern day thing isn't take everybody, right?
Right,
You
right,
know, when I was growing up, we would get whatever we could get and
right.
take it. And what you're teaching the business owners, listen, you're probably best to send that client someplace else. Because here's what you're after. And I can sense that in you, which actually makes for a very successful niche oriented businesses as you're making them grow. So I again, we don't know each other, but I could just sense that in you that some of the best marketing people I know, they absolutely have that mentality.
Yeah, and
yeah,
I was
right fit client is definitely a part of the formula for sure.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, Wendy, that you do a lot of work with the brands as they're either merging or buying, getting ready to be sold or purchased. Do you find that in that case there's a lot of rebranding that goes on, or is it really just strengthening the brand that they already have?
So, Jackie, you've touched on the word rebrand, which I always laugh at. And so I don't really believe there's any such thing as a rebrand. We'll use it for SEO purposes, right? I believe every company has a brand. It's just a matter of figuring out what it is that really makes them different. They wouldn't be successful if they didn't have a strong brand. It's just more about how do we differentiate, find that differentiation and put it out to attract more business.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that thought about every company has their brand. It's maybe just kind of hidden under some
Right.
pieces that you need to move out of the way.
Well, in most small businesses, it's by mistake. I mean,
Right.
we don't know how to actually do that.
Hmm.
What Wendy's talking about. Wendy, let's take a break. When we come back, I got 10 questions from the Terminator. I want to start asking you. Are you ready?
I'm ready to be terminated. Absolutely.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone, and I am here with Wendy Coulter. She is the CEO of Hummingbird Creative Group and Fractional Chief Marketing Officer. If it is Monday afternoon, your business matters. We'll be right back. Wendy, we good?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
This
good.
is fun.
Did I jump in too early?
Say what?
Jumped in too early. Did I
No,
jump in too early? Okay. All right.
no.
No, you're good, Jackie. I love it. I loved your
W-
question.
Wendy, I had to tell her, I've been doing this going on 13 years, right? You just got to jump in. So Jackie,
Right.
don't be afraid that
Right.
you just got to
So I'm like,
jump in.
yeah. Just might happen. Then I was like, oh, am I supposed to wait till after the break? You said just jump in.
So, Wendy, the way that the format of the show is, we have a co-host for the entire month, and I tell people it takes them the entire month to understand how to co-host with Joe, right?
Right. Right. Co-hosting is interesting. I do a podcast and I have a co-host, but I love her because she takes a lot of notes and does good recaps for me so that I can just be a part of the conversation,
Right,
which
right.
is amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's great to have that person.
absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, this is a live radio show that started literally 13 years ago. This Local Biz Now show was the first live stream on Facebook. They were just trying it out, just to see how it would work. Little did I know it was just going to be the worst day of my life, because
It's the best day of your life. Now you're on social media.
I love live radio. This social media is just a pain. Now I got to comb my hair,
Right, yeah, look all buttoned up.
That's right. I got to put on a scarf so that everybody thinks I'm handsome and sexy, And I got to worry about answering questions on Facebook, and I got to figure out how the video is going to get, because I don't mind people picking on me.
Right.
That'll affect the brand of Joe, who's
Right.
who's actually trying to sell your business,
Right.
So sometimes this works against each other.
Right. Right. At least you have Julie for the
That's right.
answering the comments and
That's
all
right.
that stuff.
That's right.
While
Right.
you're doing this.
And superstar.
And Superstar. Right.
We don't
What would
give
you do without
Superstar any credit at all. We do not. We ignore him. We just we try not to even talk about him. But I do got to feed him, or he'll shut us down quickly.
Yeah. So I think you want to make him happy. Keep him happy.
Does he smoke cigars?
No, you don't, do you? No,
Oh, well, that perk's not
I can't help it.
meaningful then, huh?
Yeah. This is the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina. I'm here with Jackie Benjamin, founder of owner of WeAssist Marketing. I'm also here with Wendy Coulter. She is the CEO of Hummingbird Creative Group. Wendy, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it.
I'm having a great time, Joe. Thank you.
So, Wendy, I don't know how you got here. I think Julie put us together, but I'm glad she did. I can tell you really do know and understand your industry. How did we get here? I mean, you don't have to go back to 1962, but just how did Wendy end up being so skilled at this?
So we'll go back a little ways with that. It all started with a father that had a business and put me on the radio and put me on the elephants in the town parade, and a mom who supported me in pageants. So I ended up, being kind of the spotlight of a small town.
You were the
But
mascot, and then you were the spokesperson.
Right. But fast forward to today, and I have degrees from NC State School of Design, but they are not in graphics or anything associated with marketing. But I've been selling and marketing, obviously, just my entire life. Love people, love to make a deal, and have loved learning about business over the last 30 years as I've had my agency. And so we kind of moved from graphic design and design oriented projects to this full service branding model. And it's just wonderful because I get to touch every area of my clients' businesses,
Right.
from finance to HR to operations to sales and
And
marketing.
I have learned over the years, because we spoke to so many marketing people, the entire operation is marketing. You really do have to
Absolutely.
know all of it and figure out what pieces are exceptional, and then that's what you teach your owners. Here's where we're going to market, and here's why.
Exactly. It is definitely a big part of the consultation with clients is to figure out those unique pieces of their business, wherever that happens to be.
Okay, so the Terminator got a question. The
Okay.
Terminator says, take us back to 1995 when you were in the Cary Chamber of Commerce Expo and got your first 3 clients. Walk us through the feeling of that. Actually, what the question is saying, I see so often, which is after you find yourself with the first few clients, all of a sudden that's when you realize, hey, I might really have something here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I was an operator first, right? And I was between jobs and trying to figure out what to do. And I always say I was part of a gig economy before that was a word. Walked into an expo, picked up 3 clients. And back then, that was called freelancing, not gig. And that was exciting that people were willing to hire me to, provide expertise. And at that point in time, I was doing things that I really didn't know what to do. I just had to wing it and figure it out. And luckily, I think I've figured it out okay over the years. And now I'm on the other side of that and helping operators really understand how to go to market themselves as
So
well.
why did you name your company name Hummingbird? And is there any distinction because a hummingbird is a bird that never stops moving?
Yes, hummingbirds can fly forwards, backwards, upside down, and sideways. And if you meet me and spend any time with me, you'll know I never stop. I do never
You
stop.
are a hummingbird. Is that what you said?
That's right. That's right. And our clients are the nectar, and really give us the energy to do great work every day. But
I was going.
that's
I made a note that your answer was going to be. It was my nickname from my daddy. That's what I thought you were going to say.
That would have been good.
so I will say I had friends that called me a hummingbird in high school, so that helped a
There
little
you
bit.
go. There you go. Wendy, you were talking about those 3 clients that you got, but now that you're, like you said, you're on the other side of it and, working with all different kinds of brands, how does a brand know when to come and find you? Like, what point are they at where they need to seek you out to work on their brand or help them discover this brand?
Yeah. So, like, one of the best examples, Jackie, is um, you talked about dad and son earlier, so I'll pull that in, right? The dad's almost to retirement, has never really worked on a marketing plan. All of a sudden, knows that money needs to be spent, doesn't know where to start. The son or daughter or family member or even a team member might be looking to buy the business. So there's a succession plan going on, and they need to get their shop in order, right, and have more of an engine than dad's handshake to go to market. And so, that's when, like, really delving into the brand. We're working with a client right now where the owner is walking away and her son is taking over the business. And he's not the salesperson that she was. And so he's got to figure out new ways to do it and figure out what the brand is going to be beyond his mom. And I think, that's a great point. Um, Another point is when, there's a small marketing team and they just don't have enough time to figure out the strategic pieces because all day long they're in meetings and they're trying to get the social media done and
So
get the email blast out and get all of the things done. And they've kind of lost sight of strategy. And we can come in and really navigate that
That's
So
for
right.
Wendy,
them.
Wendy, you kind of stepped into one of the Terminator's question, which is, can you talk about the shifting from brand equity from the owner to the business itself? Because it seems as though your website talks about this is sort of an important factor in what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Many small business owners start like I did, and it's just them and they're the operator. But over time, or if you're looking to sell or even get investment capital, you really need to show how the business is going to have a brand on its own, separate from that operator. And so we'll work with companies. Sometimes it's from the beginning where we want to make sure it's just not about just the operator. And sometimes it's about taking that legacy story and turning it into something for the future and what that brand is going to become as time goes by with
So
new leadership.
So you say, and again, the Terminator got this from your website, and it really does kind of spark sort of a upper class type of a woman that you are. You understand, because I see on your website that you like and have worked with best in class, and you describe your clients as best in class. I love that, right? And so, walk me through what you believe to be best in class, and how many of them were before you took them, or you take them to be best in class.
Yeah, so it is kind of a two-sided point, right, Joe? A best in class company is striving to be at the top of their industry, striving to be the best. Some of our clients come in and they have already, made it, but they need help, and maybe they need to redirect, or maybe their marketing team needs help. There's usually some sort of pivot point going on. Oftentimes, the word rebrand, as Jackie mentioned earlier, is part of that. And then it's always our goal to help our clients be best in class, be the best in their industry, be the best at something, and express what exactly is that they are the best at, which is where this differentiation and brand building really plays in.
Well, I just love it. I love the statement, right? I mean, if I'm not, she's going to get me there, right? I like that.
That's right.
It goes back to the first statement I made, that you'll say no to some clients, right? So if I know she's going to kick me to the curb if I don't keep my business moving at a high pace in a good quality direction. I can tell that, right? So I think you help the owners get to where they want to be. You inspire them to be something. In some cases, I bet they hadn't even thought of where you see more of them than they might see in themselves.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I can see that, and I just love that about you. So, okay, next question from the Terminator. Um, do you do? It seems like most of your work is B2B. Is that a fair statement?
So that is interesting because just in recent months and in the past year, we now have multi-unit restaurant client. We've got Live Hydration Spa, which is an IV hydration spa that's just opening in this area. We've always had a lot of healthcare, so that includes doctor's office, dentist offices, hospitals, which are all business to consumer, and then some nonprofits that serve the community. So we've got great experience in both on the B2B and the B2C side.
Just so you know, the Terminator focused on and believed you focus on the B2B. Just so you know. Okay.
They're not. They don't always know everything.
That's
But I have a question about kind of getting to best in class. How long do you work with somebody before, we talked about you're kind of getting them to be best in class where they are. So how long, I don't want to say like, how long does it take? That seems very like, let's get it done. But how long do you work with somebody to get to that point? What's a average
You know,
project?
Yeah, so I think, at the beginning of the engagement, we're doing strategy, and that's where we're identifying the places where they have the ability to become best in class and where they can really focus on. So that's from day one, Jackie. As far as how long it
Wendy, we've only
takes,
got 1 minute.
yeah, as far as how long it takes, it does vary and really depends on um, the focus of the business, and if they are on board, and what kind of budget they have to really push it
Okay,
forward.
great.
Wendy, thank you so much for doing it. I wish we had more time. I'm going to get you back. Now you see
Let's
the
do it
fact that
again.
Julie put you and I together. Now you see why I say everybody needs a Julie, because she found you. She knew that you and I would get along well. I definitely would love to get you back on the air so we can talk some more, because I only got half of the Terminator questions done.
Right. That's, yeah.
I need to come back and do the second half. Thank you so much for that opportunity.
Thank you so much. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I'm here with Jackie Benjamin. She's the owner of WeAssist Marketing. I'm also here with an exceptional interview of Wendy Coulter. She is the CEO of Hummingbird Creative Group. You can get all that information on WSIC website, and go hook up with both of these ladies. They are exceptional If it's Monday afternoon, your business matters. See you next week. Wendy, thank